perfecto.
No.
Okay. Hello, hello. En el día de hoy vamos a ver cuál es el proceso de cómo comprar una motora, una dirt bike. Va a ser mi regalo de cumpleaños. Callao, callao. Vamos a aprender cómo el proceso, qué paso hay que dar, si se necesita licencia. Y nada, vamos a ver si la podemos conseguir. Quiero Dios que sí, porque estoy emocionado, tú sabes. Pero vamos a ver qué es lo que es. Seguimos. Acabamos de llegar. Vamos a ver qué es lo que es. Seguimos activos. Aquí tenemos de todo, my friend.
Sandra 153, Sandra 153.
Voy a conseguir una de estas o para viejito. Una Harley Davidson. La KTM. Oh yeah. Oh, lo que vienes a mí. Shit. Oh, God. Aquí tenemos de todo, la famosa KTM. La KTM. Otro nivel. de todo, papá. Con las mini. De la Honda. Ok, están las motoras. ¿Ya?
Parts, line 8. Parts, please pick up line 8.
I'll show you on what you would do on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, very easy. Like changing this is very easy, and the nice thing is it doesn't take. Yeah, it's one bottle.
One
so like
bottle
on a
has-
regular motorcycle, you're like 3, 4 of these, sometimes 5 depending on the bike. But on bikes like this, one of these,
Too good.
it's easy. I do it on mine.
You want me to see what this kid plate goes for?
Sure.
And if I get one perhaps like one do I need to buy separate or the same thing?
No.
Work the same.
So it would be different oil, and you only need one. Yeah. What's that? Let's see. No, where's the knee braces? You have those too? So you have. Yeah, there's a few different ways you can go. Something a little bit more simple, just to protect, knee and then the top of the shin where the boot doesn't protect, or something like this that is more of a brace, goes around your knee, covers the lower thigh, and then hinges and flexes. So this gives you protection. So your boot is going to come to here, and then this is going to cover
Oh, you full
the lower thigh. So this gives you like absolute protection on it. So yeah, so vest you can go with something like this to throw over top of your, or throw underneath your jersey. Throw this on. This is going to give you coverage, shoulders, elbows, and your chest, of course. You can just get something for chest, but I do like these. I have one similar to this. Again, if you're going through the woods, catch a branch or something, I can't tell you how many times I've hit, hit branches, hit trees, and having the protection on like the forearm and the elbow, definitely just saves some bumps and bruises,
The next day is gonna be one of those things and the boot.
Yeah.
For $100.
Yeah.
The next,
No, you
next
need
one.
no.
Follow up.
Yeah, but you need it.
Yeah, but little by little, my friend.
Yeah, but
The knee-
listen what you said, that is better if you go like out. Like,
Yeah,
with the protection.
if you're full coverage protection wise.
Even though to just go around the block.
Sometimes I won't go with that. Yeah, I'll do everything else. Everything else I wear all the time. Yeah, the boots.
So if you're planning to go out, you need to like get ready in an
Robocop.
hour.
Robocop
It
stuff.
doesn't take that much.
Robocop stuff.
It will take you an hour to get ready.
Nah, you learn it pretty quick. All right, cool.
Come, Leon.
It's so, like I said, you have the power windows, you have heating, air conditioning, you have the infotainment system with GPS, like it's everything.
these are pretty easy bikes to maintain. It is a performance bike, so keep that in mind. Always run 93 octane fuel or better.
Okay.
Drop the crankcase oil probably after the first 3 to 5 hours. And then service the motor, like oil in the crankcase every like 8 hours. Never have to worry about it.
Oh, it's not 1 hour anymore for the first?
It's a 2-stroke.
Oh, yeah, 3 to 5, yeah. Sorry.
So the first one drain for 3 hours.
3 to 5, depending on how you're riding it.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's gonna be like a woods bike, or you're gonna race it. So 3 to 5 hours, and then you should just be doing crankcase oil like every 8. So like every other ride, if you drain that oil and replace it, you'll be set.
Okay.
And then obviously, always lube the chain, always check your tire pressures, always make sure the spokes are tight, things like that.
Okay.
Did you give them, I don't remember.
So the GasGas. I didn't see those
Did you look underneath the...
I looked in the front. Because I don't remember if this, I thought this one had it, but it I know the KTM and the Husky.
Some of them have them here, some of them have them under here.
Okay, so no hour.
No hour. Just
No,
judge
no,
it.
porque antes
You
de
can do that, or do we have to stick it?
We do, Boost Racing imports. I don't have any down here, they pulled them all for me.
This whole thing? Yeah. So, yeah, that was the one thing. So, with this, it doesn't, I was mistaken, it doesn't have the hour meter. Some of the other ones do come with it. That's why I was saying, usually they're right here. So like the KTM and Husky. So he can show you, this is
dígale que yo lo voy a botar,
one that you can get. It just sticks on.
If you want to take that 2 parts, you can sell it to 2 parts.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you just, and you can stick that
Yo doy la ropa y
somewhere here.
Yeah. Stick it on like the flat surface here. And then that'll give you the hours on it, so that way you can keep track of it.
Yeah.
I thought it had it, but it was a mistake.
How much does one cost, Dan?
Oh, he got a killer deal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like YZ price deal?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what he came in looking at the YZ.
Do we have another one?
No. He got the last one. No, he came in looking for the YZ, and you know, because we had that on sale, I was like, dude, I can get you this, and price-wise, pretty similar to the YZ. So this is definitely
Much better choice.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah. So what we'll do, we gotta go to parts to this. Okay.
This one have
No.
So can buy, so I'm parking in my garage, somebody going. No good.
So make sure you have things locked up.
No good.
Yeah, that's why insurance. You know, make sure you insure it. You know, insurance for dirt bikes is not very expensive, but it is a good thing to have.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
No keys. No bueno.
Yeah. That's every dirt bike.
Yeah.
Every dirt bike, no
Yeah.
keys.
Okay.
Yep.
But you're not going to have a key at the track. And you're not going to lose a key in the woods.
Oh, like just keys, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you already.
That is definitely the way to go. Well, congratulations.
Well, sure.
What do you think?
Nice. Super nice.
Oh yeah. So, like I said, very simple on this. This is gonna be your kill switch, so shut it off. This is gonna be your starter. Make sure we are in neutral. Yep, in neutral.
That is what.
So this one has our meter.
So our meter. They mounted up there. I gotta check to see. Let me check in with them. Let me check in with them and I'll see, because usually they have it up top there. Just have to double check on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll find that out. It's not a problem. So, like we talked about inside with the oil. So this is going to be the 2T.
This one.
Yep. So the 2T, you're going to put that in here. And basically, what you do, flip this up, turn, pop the cap, and then you're going to fill that up. We already have some in there for you. Now, the low light for that is going to be right here. So when this light comes on, you're low on that oil, and that's when you want to put more in, fill it up. Fuel, so on the fuel cap, so it doesn't just twist off easily, you have to push this, push the center, and then twist. So push in the center here, twist, and then off. They do this so it doesn't accidentally, spin off. So just push the button, twist, and off. And then this is just going to be regular gas. I recommend premium, just because it's a small tank. The premium fuel just has a little bit more additive to it and stuff. Being that it's a high performance machine, I would go with that. Aside from that, simple operation on the bike. I mean, you know, you're basically, like I said, kill switch, starter. Whenever you go to start it, make sure that it is in neutral.
Okay.
You always want to make sure it's in neutral. This, unlike a street bike, this will allow you to try and start it even if it's in gear, and it'll kind of push it forward. So I can show you. So even if you're in gear, it'll try and start. So you want to make sure always down to first, and then up that half click into neutral. You're in neutral. So, I mean, essentially with this is going to give you the ability to start on and then continue to ride. You can ride this thing and you'll never have to upgrade.
Okay.
Yep. You were looking at like the YZ250 and everything. This is a little bit easier than going with the YZ250 just because you don't have to worry about mixing, like proper mixing of the fuel and oil. You also don't have to worry about the kickstart.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the electric start, makes it easy. You literally just push the button, starts right up. Yeah, with the YZ that you were looking at before, you know, kickstarting, it takes a little while to get used to. And then of course getting the proper mix of fuel and oil, it just takes time. It's a little bit annoying, so it just makes it easier to get going. You also have your air filter under the cover here, so very easy to get to. This you'll want to clean and re-oil well, depends on how dirty it gets, but you know, every 10 hours or so. They have cleaners and oils that you can get. You don't need to have it right now.
Okay.
You know, we went with that just because that's what you're going to need in the first hour, and then for regular use. This, eventually you want to get the cleaner and the oil so you can clean and re-oil the filter. What you'll do with this is this pops off and then comes out. And then you take this off of the cage. You'll use the cleaner to get all the dirt and oil off of it. Then you respray it with fresh oil, and then it just pops back in. Wind up. See, there's a little hole up there.
Yep.
You got that there. So that pops in. You'll feel a little pop. This, tab up, and now my hands are all oily. All good though. Important things to know, because that, yeah, one of the things that can damage the, oh, thank you. One of the things that can damage your engine is if you don't clean that, dirt gets into the engine through there. So it'll suck dirt in with the air. That dirty air can hurt your engine. So, like I said, every 5-10 hours, depending on the conditions. If it's really dusty, you want to check it and clean it more often. But for most riding conditions, you'd be good with that. Cool. And it pops right on, nice and easy, just slip in, pop on. Cool.
Yep.
Chain wise, so the chain, you want to have a bit of slack in there. Cleaning and relubing that. You want to do that usually every couple rides. Some people do it after every single ride. You know, it just kind of depends. But you just want to make sure it keeps lubricated. You don't want it to rust. You know, if it's really dirty, clean it off. Okay. Just because dirt in there is going to grind down the teeth and it's going to reduce the life of the chain. For your oil changes, so like I said, you have the engine oil, so that's the 4T. So you have your oil fill is going to be right here. Your drain plug is going to be on the bottom. the other side.
Okay.
So easiest way to access that's from the other side over there. But drain plug, and then you'd refill here. Like I said.
So right now it's good, right?
Yeah. Yep. And what I would recommend doing before you do that oil change, the manual, the owner's manual for this is on the GasGas website. You pull up the GasGas website, you pull up your machine, read through the steps for it, just to make sure that you do everything properly. It's one of those things you don't want to mess up on. So just make sure you read through that before you decide to do the oil change. You can also bring it here to get services done. It's always good to learn how to do it yourself. But if you, especially for the first time or two, if you're like, I'm not really sure, you can bring it in for service here, and I'll introduce you to somebody over in service as well.
Okay.
But yeah, one of those things. That oil basically is for the clutch and the transmission, and then your other oil goes into here. That basically gets injected into the top end here, which lubricates your piston and all of that. So.
Alright, so these are carburation or?
No carburetor. It's all through the throttle body. So it's basically like a fuel and oil injection.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an injection system.
Injection, okay.
Yep. Let's see, any other things? Tire pressures. So tire pressures, something you want to play around with, depending on the terrain that you're in. Harder terrain, you can go with a little higher tire pressure, 20 psi, up to maybe 25 depending. Softer terrain, so like sand, things like that, you want to reduce the air pressure. That'll give you more traction. You can play around with it a little bit, really find what feels good for you. You also have suspension adjustment. So this is going to be your compression damping. What that'll do, that just affects how quickly it allows it to compress. That is something I would say look into, do a little bit of research on before you really start playing around with it. Because that'll, depending on how you adjust it, it'll give you a different feel how the front end reacts.
Okay.
Same thing with the rear. So on the rear shot, you have a few different adjustments from the preload to the compression damping to the rebound damping. So you have a few different adjustments there. But definitely read and do research before you go, playing around with it too much. That's just one of those things that you want to take a look at. Suspension, I never really got into playing with suspension until I got on a dirt bike, and I did the same thing. I started just reading into it, looking into it. There's other guys that do videos on YouTube as well that talk about suspension.
So right now, leave it like that, don't touch it.
Yeah, I would say you can leave it as it is, especially when you're just getting riding a little bit. You're not going to really notice a difference between the suspension as it's set or when you're playing around with it. Once you really start to get out on the trail and start riding in the woods, the faster you go, the more that suspension comes into play. So when you're starting out and you're going lower speeds, for the most part, it's not going to be as big of a difference. But once you get moving faster, the suspension really is really important to get dialed in. So.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
So what I'll do, let's step over to service real quick. We'll talk to one of the service writers. Like I said, that way, if you want to do the service yourself, you can always look into it and do it. But you can also bring it in here to have the service done as well. Come on over.
Sorry.